before I begin this collection video, I would really appreciate if you left a early like on the video, because this is my third take recording this. Man, it's been a nightmare because the battery kept dying and I accidentally kept deleting the video like twice now. So I went through a lot to record this, so I really appreciate a like. So thanks in advance. And before I also begin this collection video, I'd like to give a shout out to my good friend Dalvin. I'll leave his link in the description. Go subscribe to him if you will. He does similar videos like these, game collection videos and such. Once again, just like my Xbox One collection video, these games are going to go in the order of well, it's going to go in alphabetical order, of course, and it's also going to go in the order of which of the franchises came out first to last. So yeah, let's get started. Also, I apologize about the fan making noise, so try to ignore that to the best of your ability. First up, we got Army of Two. It's a pretty good game, pretty good co-op game. Haven't really gotten too far into it, but I do think it is good for what it is. If you still play on last gen, check it out, because why not? Now here we have forgot the name for a minute, Assassin's Creed 2. It's a fantastic game. A lot of people still say that this is the best game in the Assassin's Creed franchise, and for good reason. I can definitely say that it's one of my favorites in the franchise, because it is really good. And for starters, if you just now want to get into Assassin's Creed, this would be a great start, because it's the beginning of the Ezio story. So yeah, it's really great. Next we got Assassin's Creed Revelations. Also one of my favorite games. You get to play as Ezio and Altair. You get to play as Altair just for a little bit though. It's a great game nonetheless. One of my favorites in the franchise as well. Next up we got Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Pretty good game, even though it's probably one of my least favorites in the Assassin's Creed franchise. I hope that Assassin's Creed Origins doesn't have this problem, but one of the things I didn't like about this one was the pirate boat battles. Not only did it get repetitive, but I wasn't really good at it, but hey. But Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, good game regardless. I really love the Assassin's Creed series, so that's it. We got Battlefield Bad Company 2, also really good game. Some of my favorite Battlefield multiplayer ever. Some people don't like it because you can't go prone. Whatever. But yeah, it's a great game, great campaign, great multiplayer. Overall, really great game. One of my favorites in the Battlefield franchise, for sure. Battlefield 3. This is a pretty good game as well. I like the campaign. It's actually one of my favorite Battlefield campaigns of all time. It's really epic. Multiplayer is pretty good too. Yeah, Battlefield 3. Yeah, pretty good. Next we got Battlefield 4. I think it might be a step forward from Battlefield 3 in my opinion. Didn't really care for the campaign though, but the multiplayer is excellent. It's outstanding. I actually rebought this game twice. Well, I actually rebought it once, I should say. I rebought it for the Xbox One, and I gotta say, it was darn worth the money, because it's really good. It's even better for the Xbox One. But yeah, Battlefield 4, nonetheless, it's a good game. Next up, we got Bloodstone 007. Yeah, I've only played like a handful of the James Bond series. I've played GoldenEye on the Wii, Quantum of Solace, and Bloodstone. As far as I recall, I have beaten this. Gotta say, it's been pretty good. This is the difference between this one and a lot of the other James Bond games is that this is third person and most of them are first person. But yeah, Bloodstone's pretty good. Now we move into Call of Duty territory. And this here is Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. It's a very good game, and there's a lot of people that still say to this day that this is the best Call of Duty. I can see why. It's not my favorite. I know I may have an unpopular opinion, but I will give it that it is one of my favorites. It might be my second or third favorite. I don't know. The first couple of Black Ops games I really love. So I don't know. But this is up there for sure. Yeah, a lot of nostalgic feelings for this game, man. Campaign, man. The campaign was amazing. I had a real fun on it. It was phenomenal. And, man, I remember playing this game a decade ago. Almost a decade, I should say. Because I didn't get into Call of Duty till 2009. So, yeah. This was actually the first Call of Duty I've ever played on the 360. So, yeah. It's a fantastic game overall. Fantastic campaign and fantastic multiplayer. Everything about this game's good. You know, there's not one Call of Duty player in the world that doesn't like Call of Duty 4. I actually like it better than the remaster, but that's my opinion. Call of Duty World at War. Now, for a while, this was the last Call of Duty that took place in World War II. Until this year, they're taking it back to World War II. So that's cool, but I don't know. I haven't really been feeling Call of Duty lately. After Infinite Warfare, I was like, don't really care for Call of Duty too much anymore. I'll still try out World War II, though. But yeah, World at War, great campaign for sure. It's got a co-op campaign. Zombies is very addicting. Multiplayer, I guess it's okay. But this is a good game overall. Next, we got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Also really great game. There's a lot of people that also say this is the best Call of Duty. I kind of don't see it. I mean, it's good, but I don't think it's the best by any means. But, yeah. There's also a lot of people that say that the year that this came out, 2009, was when a lot of people got into Call of Duty. And I know from experience, because 2009 was when I got into Call of Duty. You know, I didn't look at this game like, oh, it's another Call of Duty game. No, I looked at it like, wow, this looks like a really great game. Even though 2009 was the year that I got into Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2 was not my first Call of Duty. My first was Call of Duty 4, as far as the 360 ones go. But I do like Modern Warfare 2. This is also a game that I have nostalgic feelings for. The multiplayer, I was really good at the multiplayer back in my glory days playing this. Yeah, the multiplayer is pretty good. It's really gone down the drain now, I think. Campaign's really good too. Special Ops is fun. That's probably my favorite thing about this game, is the Special Ops. It's really good. And now we move on to my favorite Call of Duty game, Call of Duty Black Ops. Yes, this is a great game. The campaign is alright. It's not really the best Call of Duty campaign. If you want to play good Call of Duty campaigns, I would recommend like the Modern Warfare series or Advanced Warfare. The Treyarch doesn't really do a good job with campaigns, in my opinion. The only real the only real good campaign I think that they ever made was World at War. Everything else about this game is great. The zombies, I love the zombies. My favorite zombies mode ever in a Call of Duty game. The multiplayer, I love the multiplayer. I've spent a lot of time on this multiplayer back in the day. It's very good. My favorite Call of Duty multiplayer. Anytime I think of Call of Duty and multiplayer, this is the game I think of. Black Ops 1. It's very good, and that is why this is my favorite Call of Duty. I love the multiplayer. It's outstanding. Next we got Call of Duty Black Ops 2. It's a step down from Black Ops 1 in my opinion. Not as good as the first, but yeah. I didn't like this game when it first came out, but it did eventually grow on me. This game definitely got better with age, I think. One of my problems with this game was I felt like it was a bit overrated. Like, this was like a game that everyone talked about. You know, they thought that this was like the greatest Call of Duty ever. I can't see it. I mean, sure, it's one of the best, but hey. But Black Ops 2 is pretty good. I don't care for the campaign, though, again, because Treyarch made it. But the one thing that is neat about the campaign is that it's multiple choice. Some of the choices that you made in some of the missions affected the ending to the campaign, so that was pretty neat. Zombies is okay, not really too great. I like playing traditional zombies, not the whole transit crap. Yeah, I know I may got a lot of hate for that. Multiplayer I thought was great. I actually really like the multiplayer a whole lot. Next we got Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Now this to me was the saddest, like, my personal saddest experience buying Call of Duty, because this is my third copy of the 360 version of Advanced Warfare. This is my third copy of Advanced Warfare for the 360. Plus, I rebought it again for Xbox One. That means I bought this game 4 times. But as far as the 360 version, guys, I don't know if Sledgehammer did not care about the last gen consoles, you know, because this was before this game came out. It was before I had an Xbox One, and it was shortly after this game got released when I got my Xbox One. And if I would have known, I would have holed it out to get this game and just waited till I got an Xbox One a week later, you know? But oh well. I gave up a lot to rebuy this game because it kept breaking. It was really sad on my part, but you know, I'm a game collector. I'm a collector of music too. So, you know, I have to have it. Not selling it now. So, now we get to Forza Motorsport 3. Very good game. Forza is my favorite racing series of all time. I've only played a handful of them, but I think there isn't one bad Forza game. I think they're all good. It's pretty hard to mess up a racing game, though. But yeah, this was the game that got me introduced to the Forza franchise. I'll probably pick up more Forza games sometime soon. I don't know. But yeah, this is Forza 3. Great game. Next, we got Gears of War Triple Pack. Comes with Gears of War 1 and Gears of War 2. And a Gears of War 2 DLC thing. I don't know. But yeah, Gears of War is another franchise you really can't go wrong with. It's a great franchise. The only Gears of War game I really didn't like was Judgment. But aside of that, all the other ones were fantastic. So yeah. Gears of War 1 is good, of course. So is Gears of War 2. So yeah, great collection to have. Next, we got Gears of War 3. This is my favorite Gears of War game, tied with Gears 4. You know, they're both really great games. As far as Gears of War 3 goes, I really like the campaign. Campaign was really good. Multiplayer is really good. Some of my favorite Gears of War multiplayer. Next, we move on to Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter. Forgot the name for a minute. Yeah. Pretty good game. I really liked this game overall. Had a pretty good single player, pretty good multiplayer. I don't know. Ghost Recon's also a really good series. So yeah. Tom Clancy puts out some really stellar games, so keep that in mind. Halo 3, one of my favorite Halo games of all time. This is a classic, and yeah, the first 3 Halo games are my favorite. Yeah, I'm really disappointed that they didn't announce Halo 3 Anniversary at E3. Oh well. But Halo 3 is great. Campaign and multiplayer are both good. Next, we got Halo Wars, and before you ask, no, I don't have Halo Wars 2 yet. I do want to pick it up sometime soon, though. It's definitely one that I'm gonna pick up. But yeah, Halo Wars, the first one, really great. I know a lot of people didn't like this because it was a strategy game, but it's Halo, and I had to get it. It's a strategy game, and I really like it. Really, great. I like the skirmish mode, I think it is. yeah, I'm not a fan of strategy games, but I do like Halo Wars. So that's why I'm interested in getting Halo Wars 2. Next, we got Halo 3 ODST. It's a step down from Halo 3, but this is still pretty good. I think the concept is pretty interesting. Because you're playing as an ODST, you get to be in the boots of like a Marine or ODST type soldier. You're not playing as a Spartan. So I did like that, and I think that's what makes this game so underrated. And a lot of people say that this is their least favorite Halo game. I personally like it. The campaign I thought was better than Halo Reach campaign. But yeah, the firefights alright too. And with that being said, we now move on to Halo Reach. Also really great game. This actually has better firefight than ODST. And the campaign's alright. It's kind of depressing if you think about it. But yeah, the one thing that I really love about this game is the multiplayer. I put a lot of time into this multiplayer. This was like my favorite Halo game back in the day. Yeah, I put hours into this multiplayer. Like, this is not only my most played Halo game, but it's probably my most played game ever. Yeah, that's Halo Reach. It was very good back in its day. Next we got Halo 4. The campaign's pretty good. It's rather short though. Spartan Ops is okay. I still prefer Firefight. Multiplayer's pretty good too. Not really much to say about this game. It's pretty straightforward. It's a continuation from Halo 3. Next we got Homefront. Probably one of the most disappointing FPS games I've ever played. Campaign was too short for one, and it wasn't even that great. But yeah, and the multiplayer, they shut down the multiplayer, which is pretty insane because the multiplayer had up to about 32 players. So yeah, that's a lot of players that shut down a multiplayer. And literally the only thing you can do when you play this game is play the campaign, which really isn't all that great. So I can't really recommend it. Next we got Prototype. It's a pretty good game. It's kind of like a spin-off of Spider-Man, I feel like. Like, you're in New York City, you're bouncing off the walls, you know, you can run on the walls, you can do all kind of parkour stuff, which I really liked. You can turn into people, too, so I thought that was really neat. But yeah, you should try this game out sometime. You know, you'll probably like it more than I do, because I only got so far into it. Reflex MX versus ATV. This is more like quads and dirt bikes and stuff. It's really fun. A lot of racing and stuff like that. The cool thing is the band As I Lay Dying actually made an appearance in this game with their song Sound of Truth. So I thought that was really neat. But yeah, Reflex, very good. Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, very good game as well. One of the greatest games of all time. I put a lot of time into this game too back in the day. And now I have the special edition for the Xbox One that has all the DLC and stuff. I mean, if you have never played Skyrim, you really owe yourself. But yeah, Skyrim's really great. A lot of variety. There's so much to do. And lastly, we got Spider-Man, Web of Shadows. It's a pretty good game as well. Not my favorite Spider-Man game. My favorite Spider-Man games are on the PS2. Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2. Those are both really good childhood classics for me. Yeah, I originally had this for the PS2, but the PS2 version sucks, and a lot of people complained about the PS2. The 360 version and the PS2 version, it feels like they're just two completely different games. I mean, that's really sad. I don't know why the PS2 version couldn't have been the 360 version just with downgraded graphics. I don't know why that is, but whatever. But yeah, that concludes my Xbox 360 game collection. I want to know what you guys thought of my collection. I don't play on last gen anymore. Yeah, I hardly ever play video games anymore as it is, and anytime I do, it is usually Xbox One that I play. I usually don't play 360 anymore. But a lot of nostalgia here, let me tell you. That being said, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later.